and welcome to Snapchat.
No. If we go
What
with
do we call
Snapchat,
What's
Snap,
it?
Crackle, and Pop culture.
We got it. That's it. Snap, crackle, and pop culture. We're gonna be talking about all things snapping and crackling and
Pop culture.
yeah, mainly that last
Basically, yeah, probably
one.
that.
Mostly the last one. So there's some pretty big news recently, wasn't there, Frankie?
Within the last week, yeah.
Yeah. So Studio Ghibli or Ghibli, whatever you want to call it, has announced that they're closing down their production side of things
For a little bit.
for now.
For a little bit.
Yeah. Now, this is where everything's kind of got blown out of proportion.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole net blew up, man. And, as soon as... Because it was Toshio Suzuki who went on Japanese television. He was on like a talk show / kind of documentary series.
Right.
Where they just go and they profile, like, big names in the business, right?
Yep.
And he basically came out and he said, look, we didn't do that well with the last couple movies that we did.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name them because I know I'm going to get shamed for naming them. But,
Yeah.
he kind of said that, and he goes, we're just going to close down for a little bit and clean up shop.
Yeah.
That's it. We're not going to stop. We're just going to go in, we're going to decide who stays, who goes, who stays, who goes. But the main thing is that, because they're keeping a little team on for Miyazaki projects, you know that, don't you?
Yeah.
So they're not closing up entirely. But what happened was, people just straight away assumed this is it, where, Ghibli's done forever.
They're dead. I've already seen like rest in peace Ghibli.
Yeah.
And all this. Come on, it's
silly, and I mean,
ridiculous.
and look, and it was, oh wow. You know what? There was a Tumblr post that actually got quite a great deal of hits.
Yep.
And it was I'm not going to say no name, but I didn't know who he or she was, and it had 28,000 hits. That's pretty good.
That's very
But
good. Yeah.
what it basically says was, the title was Ghibli closing confirmed, right? Confirmed. But it wasn't confirmed. What this person quoted was a discussion, a snippet from a discussion from 2010 that Suzuki and oh geez, I forgot his name. I'm having a mad mind blank.
With Miyazaki.
Miyazaki. What is the matter with me?
Miyazaki. All right, go on.
Miyazaki.
Go on.
They had this bit of an interview where they said, look, if Ghibli went bad, then that's it. We close up shop, but we will still survive. They said, as strictly a copywriting business. You know what I mean? So they'll copyright names and whatnot. Yeah. And simply like legal kind of binding stuff, not necessarily production.
Well, they've got a huge backlog. They're obviously going to still be handling who has the rights to that and all. Of course.
Exactly, that's right. And so in that they said Miyazaki. I mean, what's his name?
Who is he?
Right? I'm gonna get slammed
just
for
the
that.
anime legend.
That's all.
Hayao Miyazaki.
He basically kind of came out. He said, he didn't come out and say it. He just said in the interview, he's like,
he came out, did he?
as being a legend.
Yes, go on.
He said, he said exactly that, and he's like, Ghibli doesn't even have to be there anymore if we don't want it to be there anymore. Yeah. That's basically what he said. He goes, if we want to close up shop, we can close up shop, but we'll still exist in some way. It just won't be the way that you want. And this person quoted that, but didn't put in the bit where he said, if we wanted to. Basically just put in the bit where it said, Ghibli is closing up shop, we're only doing publishing now.
Talk about cutting out the facts. And just putting the sensationalism. Yeah, so basically this person's went around spreading, they're dead, they're done.
And it blew
Exploded,
up, man.
Yeah. So basically, the general idea here is that Studio Ghibli is not dead. They're just not producing movies for now.
Right now, but they're still working on Miyazaki projects.
Yes.
Which could mean a number of things.
And this reminds me as well of when Miyazaki says that he's retiring from directing anime films.
Oh, and people thought he was retiring forever.
He's gone.
No,
he's rest in peace. He's done.
No.
See, that's the thing. Like Miyazaki, he probably still goes in every day to work at Ghibli.
Yeah.
He just does not direct the anime anymore.
Did you not see there was a bit of an article written up a while ago in a magazine that just said Miyazaki won't stay away.
Yeah.
He's been there every day, every morning.
I've read that he's working as a consultant and stuff like that for Ghibli. So this is all just really blown out of proportion, and it kind of does highlight something that is a problem with the anime community. They always look at the things they want, but not the things they want to hear, but not the things that they need to hear.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of them want the drama of Ghibli going under. A lot of them want the drama of Miyazaki retiring for good, forever.
Absolutely.
And you know, I think it's...
because there's something to talk about.
It is, but at the same time, it's more and it's just more interesting than, oh, he's just not directing anymore.
Which is the truth.
Which is the truth. They just want it to be more interesting. And, I don't know, and you look at the Ghibli's last few films, the writing's been on the walls. They haven't been as great as their films once were. Look, I'll probably get slammed for that by all the Ghibli lovers out there, but when was the last time Ghibli made a truly amazing film?
Yeah.
Like, I seen From Up on Poppy Hill, and I'm being honest, I thought it was crap. It was disappointing. And I just don't feel like they've done a movie or anything lately that has really been mind-blowing.
Well, but whether you're going to get slammed by audiences or not for saying that, this is the reason they're doing this shutdown.
Yeah, it's honestly how it is. And a lot of people say, oh, it's because Miyazaki's no longer directing. No, I don't think it's that. I just think that they're a studio who's been around for so long. I think they're spinning the wheels and running out of ideas at this point.
I think maybe it's time to shuffle through. And I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're going to get rid of the people who I'm like, I'm sure there's still guys there who were working with Miyazaki back in the day.
Yeah.
What they're going to do is go, look, guys, you need to kind of we'll keep you on as consultants. We got enough money to pay you, but let's take let's take a step back. Let's get these new kids in and do something.
Exactly.
I mean, have they not been doing that with Disney of late?
Yeah, exactly.
With all these new movies coming through?
Look at Frozen. That's been a massive success.
Look at Wreck-It Ralph.
Exactly.
That was not even that's a Disney movie, but
not even.
Not really. It was it wasn't.
I thought, to be honest, I thought it was a DreamWorks movie at first. And it seemed nothing like Disney, and that's kind of, you're shuffling the deck, pulling out some cards you haven't seen before. And I think that's what Ghibli needs to do. And I'll say this, a lot of people say, oh, the death of Ghibli is because of Goro Miyazaki.
No, I don't know. I think
that's bullshit.
No.
Goro Miyazaki, to me, he has talent, but they're pushing him so hard to be exactly like his dad.
And he will never be.
He never will be. He needs to be Goro. If you... what's that movie called? It's going to be Tales from Earthsea.
Yep.
A lot of people say that movie is shit.
Yeah.
I thought it was good and had a lot of potential. There's a lot of interesting ideas there, and a lot of interesting directorial choices and decisions. And the way it was animated was very interesting. And I thought it was a film that, while not perfect, was still very compelling, and I was very taken in by it. But a lot of people say that is one of the worst Ghibli films ever made. And you know what? I think that's unfair to say because it was very different from your standard Ghibli.
Sure.
And I think that's why a lot of people don't like that movie. And, then you had From Up on Poppy Hill, which was basically Goro doing a shit impersonation of his dad. And you know what? I don't want to see that.
No, you don't want to
see something like Tales of Earthsea, something unique, something different that we don't see from Ghibli.
But look, Ghibli's not dead.
No.
Ghibli's going nowhere.
No.
It's going to be here, and here's the thing. I'm going to say this to end it.
Yep.
If it's not going to be here in 5 years' time as a production studio, it's going to be here as something else.
Exactly.
They're not going to get rid of those titles. They're not going to just chuck them away.
What's wrong with that?
So, basically, this video is just kind of saying, just chill out a bit.
Chill out, guys. It'll be okay.